Psalm 7, verses 1 through 8. Yahweh my God, I take refuge in you. Save me from all those who pursue me and deliver me, lest they tear apart my soul like a lion, ripping it in pieces, while there is no one to deliver. Yahweh my God, if I have done this, if there is iniquity in my hand, if I have rewarded evil to him who was at peace with me, yes, I have plundered him who without cause was my adversary. Let the enemy pursue my soul and overtake it. Yes, let him tread my life down to the earth and lay my glory in the dust. Arise, Yahweh, in your anger. Lift up yourself against the rage of my adversaries. Awake from me, you who have commanded judgment. Let the congregation of people surround you. Rule over them on high. Yahweh administers just judgment to the peoples. Judge me, Yahweh, according to my righteousness and to my integrity that is in me. Psalm 7, 1 to 8. Um, Saying it now. Next week we'll finish the psalm up. It's 17 verses. I wasn't quite sure how to break it up. But the one of the things that helped me kind of deliberate that is that last verse, verse 8. Yahweh administers judgment to the peoples. And I feel like we rarely talk about God's judgment in an actual positive perspective, or at least a optimistic, lighter perspective. When we think of judgment, we think of harsh critiques, criticism, bullying, things like that. And God's judgment isn't that necessarily. Hear me first. God's judgment is a way for Him to point out, especially in us, what we're doing wrong. There is the judging of our actions, there is a judging of our character, in a sense of trying to ascertain the moral rightness versus the moral wrongness. That's why David says here, judge me, Yahweh, according to my righteousness and to my integrity. So those are the two things that we know God tends to look at. 1 Samuel 16:7, God doesn't look on the outward appearance, he looks at the heart. So it's an inner core of who we are. And it's a very easy for us to lash that out onto others. One of the other things I kind of plucked in was the back half of verse 4. Yes, I have plundered him who without cause was my adversary. It's very easy for us to look at others and judge their actions, their morals, their stances, their everything like that. And I have always kind of wrestled with that too. Not necessarily the judgment part. I think we all do it inherently, I should say. But it's something that reminds me that God does have the final judgment and everything too. And um, one of the things that has been kind of prominent for me is I'm in this new group of Christians, and definitely Christians from different backgrounds and not ones that I tend to agree with. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that's being sold, but it's a lot of um, I don't know how to phrase it. I mean, casting judgment. It's just a lot of stuff that I don't personally agree with, and a lot of stuff that I don't understand. That would probably be the easiest too. And there's a lot of teachings that they share that go a little, for me personally, a little like the next step as far as just kind of teaching. I don't know how to phrase it. It's a little out there for me. But, to each their own. As long as no one's hurting themselves or others, we're good. And and yeah, that's where I kind of have felt some of this start to circle around. And oh, I knew what I was going to say too. I was actually just on there looking over the last blog I posted, the Serving Up Justice Part 1. And I had somebody actually call what I wrote, indirectly call what I wrote, um, woke Christian social justice theology, which in the 5, 6 years I've been doing these Bible studies, I have not once ever had anything close to that. Um, but it is also very interesting at the same time to be able to take apart, the issues of the world and try to connect them. Am I saying my way was right? Not in the slightest. Um, yeah, not in the slightest. I'm not saying my way is right. I'm not saying his way is right. I'm not saying my way is wrong. I'm not saying his way is wrong. It's different perspectives trying to get to the same goal. And it's just kind of that ironicness to it all. So, and I say all that just to kind of wrap up this talk because I know I've been going on a little bit longer than I used to, or than I usually do. Just to say, God's truth will be shown, God's justice will be served. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, God will tell me. If he's right or he's wrong, God will share it with him. And it's not up to me to prove it. It's not up to me to do that, for him to prove it to me. It's just kind of that weird middle ground. I don't know. It was fresh on my mind because, like I said, I just came over from their site to talk to do this video. So yeah, it's kind of where my mind's at right now. So, but that is where I'll wrap it up. Like I said, I will finish the back half of Psalm 7 next week. These longer Psalms, I was trying to decide 12 will probably be the max, maybe 15. If you'd rather just hear the full thing, let me know. I will say Psalm 118 is going to get divvied up no matter how you look at it. But yeah, if you'd rather hear the whole thing, let me know. If you'd rather just hear the Bible reading without me yapping about it afterwards, let me know too. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So until next time, Tuesday will be the next part of Who Am I Again? Looking at the identities of Christ, or identities we have of Christ. I'm tired. I haven't felt good the last few days. So, anyways, until then, folks, stay blessed.